frequently asked questions from buyers this morning.
Yes, because a lot of people are still feeling, the crunch of where the market's at. And even though there is, conversation about where the market is going, we still have a lack of inventory. And so we want our buyers to be educated before they go out there, because we still, again, are at a situation here in Ottawa where there are not enough homes.
That's right. Demand is still high without that supply. We're seeing those prices kind of stay at a higher price point than many want to pay. What's the first step in buying a home, asks this buyer?
So I would say you need to know your finances. You need to know your wants and needs. So those two things are really important. I was just speaking with a woman actually yesterday morning, and she didn't even speak to a mortgage broker. She didn't know where she wanted to go. So you really need to sit down, as we mentioned, with a bank or mortgage broker and sit down and know what you can afford. Make sure that, because for me and everyone on my team, I want to make sure that we are not house poor at any point in time.
Right.
And so we need to manage those types of conversations, as well as know what the difference is between I really want this versus I need this. Am I going to have 3 kids, or do I need to bring mom from across the country to stay with us for a few weeks? There is a lot of conversation that needs to be had.
And the conversations, I imagine, are quite emotional as well, right? This is an emotional investment into a home for a lot of people, not just an investment property.
No, and I think it's really important, as I've mentioned in the past to our viewers, is the fact that this is a 5 to 10 to 20-year plan. This is not 2 to 3 unless, and typical of Ottawa, unless you were with the forces, or this is a transition period for you and you're being placed here for a certain amount of time.
Right.
We need to plan for you to invest in your home.
Certainly, that longevity. This question, should I sell my current property first?
That is always a common question, very common question. So it depends on your home. It depends on your plan. Often we say buy first, yet because as we know, the market is moving very, very quickly still, yet if you have a backup plan and you have a home that is in a very advantageous neighborhood and you know that will sell quickly, do you have a backup plan? Yeah, I'm just going to move to the cottage for the summer, right? So we need to find out your why, and then we find out, yes, we can sell your home. Big thing that a lot of buyers and sellers do not understand is the fact that overall, we can definitely work with the closing date, which means the day that you have to remove yourself from the home.
Yeah.
You can play with that closing date, usually within about 90 days, 60 to 90 days. So if you think that your home is going to sell quickly, and again, speak to a realtor, or if it needs work, we need to figure that out. And so we need to have that conversation. So it's maybe kind of sort of why. Right?
Case by case.
Case by case, yet you can make the closing dates meet in the middle, for sure.
Let's take one more before I have to take a commercial here. Should I do a final walkthrough?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the final walkthrough is not for renegotiation. It is just for you to maybe do measurements, or for you to feel like the house has been cleaned and done. It is not for negotiations.